Hey Stampin' friends, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in beautiful San Diego, California, where we've got a little chill in the air, but it's still a pretty nice day. Sun is trying to peek through. My weather app said it was going to be cloudy all day, but it looks like it's peeking through a little bit. So happy Hanukkah to everybody who celebrates. I had my daughter and son-in-law here the last few days. My favorite daughter and favorite son-in-law, because luckily we have one of each. And my husband just left to take them to the airport. Hey Doris, good to see you. And we are now back to just the two of us. We had a lot of people here and celebrating this weekend, and today I think we're gonna make a card using just new Celebration items. So for those of you who don't know, Celebration is coming in January, starting January 4th, I believe it is. I should check my calendars. Yes, January 4th. If you're a demonstrator now, or if you join now as a demonstrator, you can get free stuff now. So it's always a good time to join. There is going to be a really, really wonderful, hey Margaret, joining special that's starting January 4th, where you either get an extra $30 in free product, or you get this really cool glass mat. Now, I don't have my stuff yet. I ordered it all last Tuesday. I thought it would be here by now, but it is not coming until, why is this not showing up? There we go. Just had to make sure I was live on my phone. It's not coming for me till Wednesday, so I'll probably be playing with that next time. But anyway, so you can get that glass mat and all these cool little accessories free if you join starting January 4th, just during Celebration. But if you're a demonstrator, you can buy it now. Hi from Mint Hill, North Carolina. Oh, I've never been to North Carolina. I thought it didn't get so chilly there, but it can get chilly anywhere. Anyway, so think about that. If you're not a demonstrator yet, you can get these products now because these were in pre-order time, and you could pre-order as a demonstrator. It's one of the perks that I love about being a demonstrator, because I can order the new stuff early. So let me put you down now. Oh, I also forgot to mention, you guys, that there is a clearance rack update going on, and a whole bunch of new stuff just landed on the clearance rack, so you want to check that out. So all I'm allowed to show you now is the Celebration and the new January through April mini calendar from the outside. But if you look closely, we're going to talk more about Celebration now than anything else. These are all Celebration products. So this is some paper, this is a different paper, this is a stamp set, there's this pool party crinkle ribbon, there's some dots, I think they call them, in various colors. I think they put them all in a Stampin' Up shopping bag that you can buy. But these are all different Celebration products, and in fact the two that we're going to use today are not even in here. So I will show you the ones that we are going to use today. So the first one we're going to do, I just thought this was so adorable. This may not look like much, this Watercolor Melon, but this is kind of a distinctive stamp. Let me just check the catalog and see if they called it a distinctive stamp, or it's just certainly working like a distinctive stamp. And so when you ever see that, you kind of know you're in for some fun. They're not calling it distinctive, but to me it is. It's like a two-step stamp. I do not have the modern oval punch, but the modern oval punch works with this whole watermelon, and it also works with this. So if you have that, that's a great thing to be adding on here. Hey Brenda, hey Beatrice, good to see everybody. And this is free in Celebration with a $50 order. And then the other thing we're going to be using is this stamp set, Softly Sophisticated. And this stamp set is also a celebration item. It's also a two-step, so you can see you would stamp this and then the flowers that go with it, or you'd stamp this and these flowers in a different color. And this is actually a $100 freebie. So if you spend $100, either this catalog, the mini catalog, or you can buy stuff out of the annual catalog. This is a $100 product. You get the stamp set, plus you get this really cool embossing folder. Let me take out this that I embossed with it so you could see it a little better. Can you see that? It's kind of soft. It's pretty. It's very pretty. But we're just going to be using the sentiment from this stamp set. So here's the card that we're going to make with the watermelons. And to me, this is very summery, but as we head into, you know, depth of winter here, sometimes it's nice to look ahead. So there are a lot of springy and summery things in this celebration catalog, and this is one of them. So it's not a very difficult card, but it just kind of makes me smile with the watermelon. So I don't know, who doesn't like watermelon, right? So let's get going, bringing out my piercing mat, because this is a photopolymer set. And the first thing I'm going to do is take I'm working with garden green and real red. And this is a piece of garden green that is 4 by 5 1/4. And basically I'm going to take that big humongous watermelon and let's see if it'll work that way. Yes. And stamp it all over the background. And when I stamp something for the background, ooh, there's something here. I'm glad I looked. I don't know what that is. It almost looks like a little piece of glass. I always like to make them go off the edge. It just gives it, to me, a better look than having everything, you know, centered. I mean, you could, of course, line everything up, but I think it's kind of more fun to do some that are off the edge. This one still looks like it has some gunk on here. I don't know where I could have gotten gunk from. Okay, so now you're left with kind of these little side things that it's just kind of nice to ink up part of the stamp and fill it in. I saw one of the demonstrator development people, and let's try it on the other side just to show you what she did. She would stamp and then keep the stamp in the same kind of orientation and then just move the paper around. That wasn't a very good stamp, obviously. And so the orientation would move just because the paper moved. You see how that's kind of going around. So that's another just way to do it. We're going to use this side because some of these didn't stamp very well, because I was just trying to quickly show you that. And then let's stamp. This is, I guess, let's stamp some watermelon. Because the watermelons are quite fun to stamp. So you got a watermelon piece that's like a whole piece and another one with a little bite out of it. And we're going to do one of each. I don't know why lately I'm having such trouble opening these. All right. So we're going to stamp these. And now there isn't a is not a die set that goes with this. I don't know if there's one coming out. This is just the little rind part. And I found you kind of have to put it so it's feels like it's a little bit overlapping. Otherwise you end up with a kind of a white gap there. So see what I mean about how this, to me anyway, looks like it is a distinctive stamp. So when you cut these, cut this out here just so it's easier to hold. Again, you're gonna leave, I leave just a little bit of white. See how that's pretty easy to cut out, to fussy cut. Oh, I forgot to put the seeds in. Well, I guess we're cutting first and then seeding. Unless you want to make this a seedless watermelon, you guys. So I suppose you can always do that, but the seed stamp is so darn cute. You're going to want to use the seed stamp. All right, see how fast that was? So let's get our Memento Black and the little cute seed stamp. Now I found with this seed stamp, maybe my Memento's a little dry, but I had to keep checking to make sure that it was fully covered. It didn't always get fully covered, so really look at it before you stamp it. Like that. Isn't that cute? I just love the little seeds. I think they're adorable. Nope, did it again. Aren't they cute? Now I'm going to do one more thing with the seeds. I didn't show you the inside of the other one, but this is what I did on the other one too. And that is, I'm doing just a whole row of seeds. Whoops, we're going to turn that over because that was the other thing is it's real easy to catch the edge of this block. It's always the problem when you're doing a really small stamp, is it's really easy to catch the edges. I actually, though, do still find it easier to do a bigger block when I'm using these and just watch my edges like that. And I'm just doing all the way down the little seeds. Aren't they cute? Sorry if my head's getting in the way here. Again, like I said, I'm kind of looking at it before I use it, just to make sure. So those are my little seeds. Let's go ahead and get an envelope. Sorry, I forgot to grab one earlier. We could do seeds, or I think I actually do want to do the watermelon on the outside because it's just so fun. Oh, we got a bunch of people watching. Hey Beth, hey Judy, hey Martha, hey Linda. We got a lot of people watching today. And let's give it a few more little seeds. Very cute. All right, done with these. And then the only other thing we need to stamp, and I think we'll just put it all together, is the sentiment. And like I said, for the sentiment, we're going to use this little hello there, and we are going to stamp it. Oh wait, there's a couple more things we need to do, but we might as well do this now. We're going to stamp the sentiment and emboss it in white on black. So we're all about the black and white here today. So I've got my embossing buddy, got my Versamark, got my little hello there. And I'm actually going to stamp this twice just because I have a hard time seeing if it's stamped well until I get my embossing powder on it. So, you know, I could end up with an extra, you know, worst case scenario, I have an extra one, right? And that's not a horrible thing. Whoops, I think I just stuck my finger in it. That's probably not good. So this is just white embossing powder. And then you're going to hear noise because I'm going to turn on my heat tool. And I like to heat the back a little bit before I start because it does tend to want to turn it up the other way. And this way it's staying a little flatter. I have found with this heat tool, it works best, hopefully you can still hear me, it works best on the higher setting, and it works best if I use it straight up and down like this. So even though it means you guys can't see it too well, I found that this is the best way for me to get easy and quick heating. I think that's good. And actually, I'm going to put that to the side, let it dry a minute, because I did forget one thing, and that is we're going to do this little background. So you're wondering what die this is. It's actually one of the Countryside Corners who got that right with guessing. It's this one, this third one in. And what I did, although I haven't done it on this one, so let's cut this off, get my little cutter out here, is I cut it off at the 3-inch mark. So I just cut it like that. Cut it out in white, cut it off at 3 inches. I don't know what I could possibly do with that, so bye-bye. So now we have that, and what I had forgotten to do was we're going to stamp that with, there's this little stamp that's supposed to be, I guess, you know, you could put it on the watermelon flowers. I actually think that does look like flowers from this watermelon. So let me find my stamp. Oh, here it is. And I actually wanted it really, really light. So I ended up stamping this off twice. Once, twice. And then putting it on here. And I kind of like the way it's a little bit variegated by doing that. So once, twice. Once, twice. Like I said, I wanted it pretty light. So I'm stamping pretty hard. Sometimes when I stamp off, I will stamp it off kind of light. I am really pushing hard on here for the stamping off part. Because I wanted it light. And like I said, I kind of like the little variegated look that gave me. Okay, now I think we can put it all together. So we've got a standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored on the long side at 4 1/4. Just fold it in half, get it a good rub with your bone folder there. Whoops. Now where's my watermelons? I don't know, there's really not an up or a down or whatever, but now because I used dimensionals on a couple other spots, I didn't want to use dimensionals on this one, but it would look really good to put dimensionals here, like I have been telling you guys, trying to stick to only usually 1 or 2 at the most layers of dimensional. Oops, forgot something. Take that off. We've got our little black and white gingham ribbon that we want to put around and tie before we stick it down. Thank goodness I just looked over at the one I just did. Otherwise, well, I suppose the other thing you could just do is, you know, put a little ribbon bow on the side here. That would probably be fine since a whole lot of it is getting covered up anyway. Come on. This little guy does not want to straighten out for me. As you can see, I often will tie these and use them just straight off of the ribbon, and I just find that's the only ribbon I'm tossing, that little piece. I just find that I don't waste the ribbon as much. Okay, I think we're gonna need a little more glue on here since I had to put it down to put that ribbon on. I'm gonna move this just because I'm trying to now stay away from that area on the paper that I glued all up. Now we can put it down. All right, then we're gonna take our little greenery and try to figure out how we want this. What I did was I glued down the bottom one. It's okay if it hangs over too. And then this top one, I popped up on some dimensionals. Hey Roz, better late than never. You can always go back and watch the front part, right? Hi Tammy. All right. And then, maybe we'll do this one like that. And then I am going to pop this up, so it is kind of a double dimensional day. Double dimensional day. And I did actually leave it intentionally open in the middle. I find this is a real easy way to go over the ribbon and not make it kind of bulk up. And what I'm doing to make sure that we are straight is I'm actually looking at this edge here compared. Okay. And we can also put the inside in with our little watermelon seeds. And then we will play with our sentiment. Now I actually chose this little hello there sentiment because I thought it would be useful for anything. I mean, you can hello there anything, right? So you could use this as a birthday card. And you don't have to, if you don't like to fussy cut, you don't have to bubble cut this. At least that's what I call this. I don't know what the real name is. You could, just cut about I think this was a 3/4 inch piece of black, and you could just use that straight. But I decided it was fussy cut day, so we might as well keep going and fussy cut this out too. right? Since we fussy cut all those watermelon. And what I'm going to do so that I put it so it kind of overlaps on here. So this top part I'm going to glue down, but the bottom part I'm going to have to put on some dimensionals. So I've got these baby dimensionals. And so I'm just going to put a couple, whoop, that's too far down, right along the bottom. You see that? Right along the bottom. And then just a little bit of glue on the top. And then it can kind of overlap our little white piece there. And I think we are done. So, what do you guys think? Isn't that an adorable set? Let me bring the watercolor watermelon back in here. And, whoops. And that is a set from the new Celebration catalog. So, I think do I have these down too far? There we go. So you guys, $50, spend it how you want. You get the free watercolor melon. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that. Watercolor melon with your free $50 order. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I usually love the stuff in the Celebration catalog. It's not here long, just 2 months. This is when I tend to order things like white cardstock. I know I'm going to use it at some point. I might as well get something free with it. If you didn't order a ton of cardstock when we had that cardstock sale, which honestly, I forgot to order white cardstock. So I ordered a bunch of other colored ones that I was about to run out of, but I didn't order white. So I'm going to go back and order some white cardstock, a few more envelopes, you know, just things that you know you're going to use up this year. And why not get a whole bunch of free stuff? So we got that. I'll bring back in the other, that's with a $50 order. This is the set with the soft sayings that we use, but it comes with an embossing folder. Love embossing folders, and you get those both when you place a $100 order. So order up, guys. It's that time of year, starting January 4th. Here we go. And oh yeah, and they just announced that coming up this Thursday is a free shipping day. Just 1 day free shipping. If you're a demonstrator, you can order these products and get free stuff now. So another good reason to join this month. So let me know if I can help you. Once I type this all up, if you go to stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com, there'll be all the measurements and everything about this, and a link to join with me or shop with me. So, and I'll put those also in the comments too here when we're done. So take care, everybody. See you next Monday at 1. Bye.